The fastest way for you to discover your purpose is to try and think more about your core desire. Try and think about what you really resonated with when you peel back all of the bullshit, when you peel back, and maybe when you were a child. What did you resonate with? What did you want? Not specifically like, oh, I wanted an ice cream. Like, don't be stupid. But like, what was like the theme of your desire, your motivation as a child, or at times even as an adult, that you've been distraction free for a little while? What seems to be important then? So for me, if I can give you an example, my core desire may be teaching. When I think back to being a child, it's so weird. Like, even 4 or 5 years old, my brain and my mind has always worked in this very interesting way. Like, I think our minds probably think in different ways. And if I think it's this is interesting, that's my brain has always revolved around teaching to understand the world. So when I'm navigating the world, it's not that like I'm kind of learning the thing myself. It's that in my brain, the thoughts, the words that I have in my brain is actually teaching it to essentially like an imaginary person, which is like me. I'm teaching what I'm learning to myself. And I've known this since I was like literally 5, 6 years old, that I get into like teacher mode, that when I'm teaching, like I am technically right now, I'm totally at peace. I'm joyful. There's no thoughts in my brain right now. There's absolutely zero thoughts in my brain. Any single time I'm in like teacher mode, there's zero thoughts in my brain. And so every morning now, if you are interested, this may be like a little new series for us on this second channel, just quick videos every morning, where I'm going to start my day by reading a chapter of The Way of the Superior Man, like a chapter that calls to me. And so it's not going to be in order. It's just whatever chapter calls to me. And then I'm going to make like my journal page about it. Like I'm just writing about it. And so this is what I've wrote for today. Friday, the 10th of March, 2023. If you don't know your purpose, discover it now. This is chapter 11. My core desire may be teaching. Even from childhood, my mind has always been in teacher mode. And then I wrote down some quotes from this chapter that I liked. Each moment should be a full expression of your core desire. So once you try and figure out what your core desire is, and you don't even need to be certain for it, you should try to make as many moments as possible through the day an expression of that core desire. So in simple terms, this means that I should try to be like teaching for as much of the day as possible, like teaching mode, right? This doesn't mean that I need to like, just record a video for 24 hours or anything, but I should try and be in some kind of teacher mode for as much as possible. Another quote: everything in your life, from your diet to your career, must be aligned with your purpose. And I really, really love this, especially because the author of this book, the book's called The Way of the Superior Man. The author of this book wrote, from your diet. Everything in your life, from your diet to your career, must be aligned to your purpose. The reason why this resonates with me is because I've always, like, I find my diet significantly impacts the rest of like what I'm trying to do. And so when there was a time when like my core purpose, like my purpose, my desire felt like weightlifting and building muscle, when I'm 17, 18, 19 years old, my diet started to revolve around that naturally, as yours probably has as well. You start to like, research what you should eat for building muscle, losing fat, okay, higher protein and everything, high carbs for, better weightlifting and everything. And now recently that I went more into like teacher mode and business mode, I've noticed naturally my diet's slightly started to change, that I'm still having high protein because, part of my desire is still like weightlifting and muscle. But it's like naturally I've just started to eat like less carbs that, make me feel kind of tired mentally and everything. And so my work performance is like, my teaching performance has increased a lot. Like my capacity to work and to learn and to teach has improved because I've aligned my diet to my purpose. And so this author's saying everything in your life should be aligned to your purpose. So if you don't really know what your purpose is right now, just try and move forward with something that seems like it could be. Like, you might be wrong. Honestly, you might be wrong. But I think it's better that when you have a slight thought that this could be your purpose, this could be your mission, this could be like your core desire that you should work on, I think it's better to go forward and then in a few weeks or a month realize that, oh yeah, this isn't actually my real purpose, than it is to just kind of like not do anything with that thought. Because you're not going to know for certain if something is your purpose unless you've already made progress towards it. And so if right now you don't really know your purpose, the idea, or your core desire, the idea is whatever you think it could be, try and just like obsess over that thing, try and align your life as much to that thing, and you'll have to make sacrifices for this. Straight away, your brain's already thinking of the things that you'll have to do to, align everything to your life to this purpose. And now you're thinking like, oh, I don't want to sacrifice the things that I know that I should do to level this up. And how much you sacrifice for this purpose will be the level of man that you become. There's one final quote. The secret of success is to discipline your life so that you support your deepest purpose and minimize distractions and detours. And that is why I'm here. I'm 25 years old and I've moved back to my parents' home because I just want to focus. I just want to focus on my purpose. I think my core desire, this is what I wrote down. I think my core desire / deepest purpose is teaching. And each layer of my purpose is kind of like an obsessive interest / area of development that I should go through myself so that I can teach it to young men. This is probably why I'm not fulfilled when I'm not in teacher mode. When I go through like the business side of things, and I love business, bro. I love business. I love being an entrepreneur, but I think I need to always prioritize teaching above that, because when I slack in my like teaching side and I focus on other things or whatever it is, I just feel like a shell of the man that I'm supposed to. And I really felt this like a month ago when I was in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, like a city in Thailand, and I felt very like directionless and purposeless. I didn't know which direction to, like, I was just thinking, do I quit YouTube? Like it doesn't feel like it's doing anything for me, and I couldn't tell why. And I realized it's just because like I had scaled it up to this machine that was no longer about teaching. Like when I first started my YouTube videos, it was so wholesome. It was literally just, I had learned something and I was excited to teach it to you. But slowly and surely, like the scale of like this massive operation, this machine, this content machine, doing it for the algorithm, we're posting every single day. Slowly, like you start to lose the love with teaching when like you have to, like you're forced to teach and you're forced to record a video every single day and everything. And so, I didn't have enough time to like really make each video like a project that I was like thinking, yeah, this is actually really good for the students. And so when I fell out of love with teaching for the videos, I fell out of love with all of it. And I was literally ready. Like I genuinely thought, okay, I'm pretty much quitting YouTube at this point. I pretty much did quit in my mind. I like started to, weigh up other options. I realized like I've got enough like of, residual passive income and stuff to last me like more than a year of living like low key in my parents' home. So I wasn't in a rush for money or anything. And then just slowly and surely, because I didn't have this pressure to record every day, that, this destruction of my teaching modes, suddenly it's like the desire to just teach came. And it's like, I just wanted to teach you, like, again, the things that I'm learning. And it just feels beautiful again. And so this is what, we can say, align everything from your career to your diet with your purpose. That if my purpose, my desire is teaching, that like the YouTube channel and everything else that I do in my business should reflect that. It should reflect like being a teacher. Beautiful. If you don't know your purpose, discover it now.